Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to discuss about Oracle dropship process. So basically, what a dropship process is, let's say if your customer places an order with you, and if you are not manufacturing that particular item, you can source the item from different channels. Let's say you can source it from the external supplier or internal suppliers as well. Okay, so when an order is placed, and if you have done some sort of setups in the system, let's say like you have created a approved supplier list for that particular item, and if you have created a sourcing rule and assigned that sourcing rule to sourcing rule assignment set, and if you already created a blanket purchase agreement for this particular item, then what system will do is the system automatically places an order with your supplier. Okay, and creation of a blanket purchase agreement, it's not mandatory. If a blanket purchase agreement is not there, then what system will do is it will create a requisition. So using that particular requisition, you can create a purchase order manually. Okay, if you are already having a blanket purchase agreement, then what system will do is like a system automatically places an order with your supplier if you have already done the setups which I just told. Okay, so once a system places an order with your supplier ships directly to your customer. So this is called drop ship. So your supplier ships the item directly to your customer. Okay, so this is called a dropship process. So once your supplier ships the items to your customer, then the order status, the order line status automatically gets changed to shipped, and then it will go to the awaiting billing. Okay, so basically this is what the dropship process is. Your customer places an order with you, and if you are not manufacturing this particular item, so you can source that particular item from the supplier, and you can inform your supplier to ship the item directly to your customer. So this is called the dropship process. Okay, let's come back to the flow. Today what we will do is we will create a sales order, then we will submit the sales order, then we will review the fulfillment view. So when you go to a fulfillment view, like where we can see the different statuses such as scheduled, then requisition created, then PO created, etc. Okay, so from there no, we will note down the dropship PO number or the requisition number. And today what we will do differently is like we will go to our iSupplier portal. From there we will create the ASN. Basically what is an ASN is advance shipment notice. It's like informing you in advance that the goods are shipping it to the your customer. Okay, so once the goods are shipped from the iSupplier portal, then we will come back and we will see the fulfillment view to check the what is the current line status. Okay, so for today's demonstration, what I'm going to do is like I am going to use two different users, SEM IMPL user. Basically this user is having job roles for creating the sales order. Okay, so then once we created the sales order and submitted the sales order, then we will now log in with Lars Svensson, who is basically supplier's site contact person. So we will log in with this user into iSupplier portal, and from there we will review the purchase order, and then we will create the ASN. Okay, so let's start. So I am in SEM IMPL user, and from the Springboard I have selected order management. From here I have selected the order management. So in this, from this dashboard I am clicking on create order button. Okay, so from here I am selecting Pinnacle Technologies, which is my favorite customer. Okay, so from here we will select US1 business unit. Okay, so then select bill to account, and we will enter the item. Okay, for this demonstration I'm going to use the item CM53035. okay, so let me enter this item and just tab out. Okay, click on add. Right, so the item is added, and from shipment details just check the general details, and request type, let's say like I'll select an array one. Basically like what is request type? Array one when item arrives at customer. Okay, so here we have two options like array one and ship one. Array one request date, I'll select on some 10 days from today's date. Okay, click on OK. Then if you want you can validate the, or else directly you can submit so that the sales order gets created. So sales order 97376 is created. Click OK, and see the status it is showing it as not stated. Just click on refresh, and initially the order status you can see it as processing. Okay, so now the status is changed to scheduled. What we will do is we will go to the fulfillment view, switch to fulfillment view. Okay, so from fulfillment lines you can like if you just scroll here, now you can see the status as scheduled. Okay, so just click on refresh, and we will see like what are the different statuses. Now it's changed to requisition created. Just click on refresh. So like when you click on the now after requisition created, the status got changed to awaiting shipping. Just I want to see what is the dropship P1 number and the requisition number. So just scroll down, and in attribute section in general you can see the orchestration number, and then go to supply details, and see here you can see the section called drop shipment. Okay, so here the drop shipment P1 number is 163987. Okay, let me note down, and the requisition is 204088. Right, so okay, so now what we'll do is like now I will go to the iSupplier portal, and from there what I'll do is like I'll review the purchase order, and then I'll create a ASN. Basically like ASN is, it's like you're sending the goods or items to your customer. Okay, so let down. Now what I'll do is like I will move to another browser. Here I have already logged in with Lars. So now the supplier portal, Springboard, click on supplier portal work area. Okay, so here now there are two orders open. So basically this is a supplier portal, I mean as the screen. So here now you have a different infolets such as requires attention, and the recent activity, and transaction reports, all those things. So directly what we will do is like we will click on manage orders, and we will review the purchase order. Okay, so here in place of order what I will do is no, I will enter the dropship P1 number. Okay, search. Okay, so this is the P1 number. So as per if you go to the flow, the system automatically places an order with your supplier. And again, when I say automatically places an order, in between there are certain setups involved, such as approved supplier list, sourcing rules, assigning those sourcing rule to your sourcing rule assignment set. And while creating the sourcing rules, you can select your now the blanket purchase agreement if you already created a blanket purchase agreement. And if it is already, if you already created a blanket purchase agreement against that particular agreement, what system will do is it will create an order automatically. If there is no BPA kind of thing, if you have created, I mean a blanket purchase agreements and all, if you are not created, then what system will do is like what you can do is here we have a requisition created, right? So using this requisition you can open that requisition and then auto create a purchase order uh, against this particular requisition, right? So going back to the iSupplier, so here this is the purchase order number where the supplier contact person will review the details. Click on done. In our in this, like supplier contact person is nothing but Lars. Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll create a advance shipment notice. So enter your dropship PO number here and then click on search. Okay, then the select this particular item and create ASN. Okay, so here we have to give a shipment number. I am entering DSPO dropship PO 163987. Okay, now click on submit. You must enter, sorry. So here I have to enter the quantity which I am going to ship it. Click on submit. Okay, so the dropship PO 163 now was created. Click on OK. So let me note down my dropship sorry, my ASN number. Okay, now click on done. So now it is shipped from the supplier. So now what I am going to do is I am going back to the order management. So here like last time I have not logged on from SCM IMPL. So I am there in the same screen, but I am using a different browser. So for order management I am using one browser, and for iSupplier I have used a different browser. So here I have already logged in with SCM IMPL, and here I have already logged in with Lars. Okay, so don't get confused here. So now what I'll do is like I am still there in the order orchestration process a screen. So just click on the refresh button. See, now the status got changed to shipped. Okay, now just scroll down and see from shipping, go to shipping tab. Okay, so here you can see the shipped quantity as 1, which is shipped using the ASN. Okay, and this is the actual shipped date. And go to general and just scroll down and you just click on the order orchestration number, orchestration process number, and from here what you can see is okay. So from this now just before I went to fulfillment lines, before that we can check the orchestration plan. In orchestration plan, if you see here like initially it is scheduled, then procured, and in procurement the status of status is shipped. The next status should be awaiting billing. So once the billing is done, then the line gets closed automatically. So click on done. Okay, still okay. Now the status got changed to awaiting billing, which means like it is interfaced to the AR module, and from there now you can create the AR invoice, and from there you know, like if you once you receive the amount from your customer, then you can create the receipt. Okay, so if you want to see that particular process, you can check my earlier demos like order to cash process, and from there, by following those things, you can create the invoice number and the receipt. Okay, so thanks all, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please click on like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want any different processes, please comment, so that I will record that particular process and I will load it in YouTube. Thanks, and thanks for watching. Thank you.